Hi, I'm Jelena.
And I'm David.
And welcome to our YouTube channel. Ta-da! So today we're going to look at headstand or SIRSASANA. And in particular, we're going to talk about it from the perspective of a home practitioner. And if you're scared to do it and you rely on the wall because you don't have a teacher or you don't have anyone around to help you with this difficult pose.
No support.
No support. Aww. And this video is dedicated to our dear friend Suneeth in Mysore, and he's also one of the people on the journey to being able to lift up and find stillness and calm upside down. But before we go...
Yep, make sure to like, subscribe, and please comment. Let us know what you want to see, what you like, how you're doing.
All right. So quickly, let's go over the proper hand alignment before we even begin lifting up. So when we set up, we want to make sure that our elbows are shoulder width apart. So one of the best ways to check that is that you just try to catch with the tips of your fingers the outsides of your arms. And then from here, you're going to bring the hands forward, interlock the fingers, and then remember whichever pinky is under, you can tuck it under so that you get this nice even line. The hands go down to the floor, and now you open your palms away because this part of your head is going to go inside there. And then you're going to press the fingertips back into your head to provide a little bit more support. Here, you also always want to think about that the wrists are staying pressed down into the floor. So this is why one of the cues is to press the fingertips back into your head to ensure that this is maintained while you are upside down. And this is again important because this triangle is what provides the base and stability as we go up. And very little weight is in our neck. How much weight is in our neck?
Well, ideally none, I think. But maybe, I don't know, 5%? 4%?
4%? That's very specific. The way we kind of teach it and see it is that the head is down to provide more of like a stability, but not anything that bears weight.
Yeah. Yeah, the common comment about this posture is that it's called SIRSASANA, Shirsha head asana, but it doesn't say headstand pose. We call it a headstand. So headstand doesn't mean you're supposed to really stand on your head. Yeah, it's just about your head. Your head's upside down.
All right, so if you are practicing home alone, then you would pull the mat against the wall. And so you're going to go through that same setup that we just did, but you're going to do it facing the wall, obviously. And here we're going to use the wall because, you know, psychologically provides a lot of comfort. Of course, physically it's there in case you start to go back. But the idea is that you almost don't want to touch the wall. You want to minimize the contact with the wall. So we're not going to kick up. We're not going to do one leg at a time. We're going to try and lift up controlled with both legs at the same time. All right?
Okay.
Okay. So turning towards the wall, David's going to do the same setup, catch the outsides of the elbows, and then bring his hands forward so that your fingers are kind of just a little bit away from the wall. Give yourself space. Then you're going to do the same thing again. Open the palms, the back of the head goes in there, press the fingertips. And now, before we do anything, David's just going to straighten his legs as best as possible. If the knees need to stay bent, that's fine. And before we move any more forward into the pose, we're going to make sure that the shoulders are coming away from the ears and we're pressing down through our arms, and particularly paying a lot of attention towards our wrists. So pushing the wrist into the floor, and it almost feels like you're going to lift the head. You can even try and see if you can lift the head, because we want our shoulders to do most of the support here as well as our arms, and again, not our head. And then David's going to take another little step in, The knees again can start to bend at this point. And here we're going to choose whichever leg we want and bring one leg, so one knee into the chest and hold here. Make sure you're not lifting the knee away and bending. Keep the knee low. So think knee to the chest, and you can stay here, shifting more and more weight so that you're coming on the tips of your toes of the opposite leg. And then you can switch and you can try the other side, see how the other side feels. Again, knee stays close to your chest. And then if that feels okay, you can start to bend the extended leg and see if you can bring the knees together. Now here, if you start to fall, the wall will be right behind you to catch you. And then if this happens, again, come back down and we'll start one more time. The key here is to really do your best and keep the knees together. Don't let the legs go wide or apart, because then that starts to be very wobbly place. So again, walking in, bringing one knee into the chest, then bringing the other, and see if you can squeeze the knees and stay here. If need be, now let yourself tip back against the wall, or if you can, see if you can extend all the way up, but with knees together and both legs at the same time. So this is the key, going up nice and slow. Again, if David falls, the wall is right there, and he can use keeping one heel against the wall, bring himself back up, and then see if the other leg can also come there. Slowly finding balance. And then on the way down, start bending the knees. And if you need to, your toes now can drag against the wall as you slowly start coming down. Keep focusing also on your shoulders. Don't forget about that. Pressing the arms into the floor and then bringing the knees nice and slow towards the chest with that same control. See if you can come all the way down. And we've now gone through this whole movement, but that might take some time before you feel comfortable doing it. So if at first all you're doing is walking in and then just lifting one leg at a time and then switching, please don't rush it. Find comfort there. And then maybe for a little while, you'll be all about bringing both legs in and just staying in that tucked position before you feel comfortable extending all the way. Do you have anything else to add?
Nope, just good luck.
Stay safe. See you soon.
Bye.